You're watching The Globe. Vice-Chancellor of the University of Cape Town, Professor Mamokgethi Phakeng, has been named top 10 finalist of the inaugural Africa Education Medal. Now, this is in recognition for her contribution to transforming lives through education in South Africa and across the continent. The Continental Awards focus on transforming education across Africa. The Africa Education Medal will be awarded for an outstanding individual who's demonstrated impact, leadership and advocacy in the field of education. Well, for more, we're now joined by the Vice-Chancellor herself of the University of Cape Town, Professor Mamokgethi Phakeng. Thank you so much indeed for joining us. And I suppose it is another one of those moments where you get your work recognized by this nomination, and your thoughts when you were told.
I was very surprised. It was a busy day, and when I was told, I was pleasantly surprised. I looked at the 10 people that I'm shortlisted with, and I thought, amazing work. It's so diverse. Everyone is doing a great job. And I thought, you know, this is not about winning. This is a recognition of the importance of education in the continent. And so I'm incredibly pleased. And I hope this draws attention to the importance of education and not only the work that I do, but the work that many other people do to make it accessible, to make it interesting, to make it meaningful and impactful out there. So I hope it does that.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking in the month of women. We know the plight of the girl child on the continent. And so it's important for me to get your thoughts on what an award like this means, especially in the context of getting the girl child through the education system and giving them an opportunity.
Yeah, I mean, first it's an affirmation to girl children and their dreams. You know, on our continent, it is often frowned upon when a woman or a young woman or a girl dreams big. It's almost like it's a sin to be ambitious. We are taught the kind of humility that says, don't dream big, just be. And I think I'm hoping that this nomination says to the young women on this continent that you can dream big. It is okay to dream big. It's okay to want to change the world for the better. Because when you do this, you don't do this for awards. You do this to contribute to changing the world for the better. And it says, you as a young woman can do that. You as a young girl, as a woman in this continent, you can get in there and use your passion to make this world and this continent a better place to live in. I hope it gives that message. I hope it also says you can dream big to achieve the highest education that you want, because we know that traditionally on the continent, African women were not necessarily the priority when it comes to education. And so sometimes families prioritize one or the other. And I'm saying you have the right, and if you get the opportunity, grab it and go to the highest level and make an impact. I hope this nomination does that for young people, that it is okay. We need more of you. The more of us women get into education and get to the highest level, the more change we can have in this world. This world is what it is today because it has relied on the masculinity of power. And it is about time that we open up the spaces to be inclusive to women so that we can see leadership changing, and therefore ways of being and doing and seeing also change, because when you get women in, the way of engaging will definitely change. And maybe we can have a sense of urgency about certain things that need to be done, like yesterday.
Talking about achieving in different spaces, I think your story, speaks volumes, being the first South African black woman to achieve a PhD in mathematics education. And I just wonder, if we are making strides in getting women in particular, our young girls, to think beyond the stereotypical areas of study that traditionally they've said, if you're a girl, this is what you study. Boys are the ones that do maths and do science, etc.
You know, I don't think we are making as much progress as we should. It's certainly better than, you know, when I was at university, but certainly not. And I know that we are not making as much progress as we should, particularly in mathematics and also broadly in areas of science, technology, and engineering. And I know that, Peter, because when I got the PhD, I started initiatives. I was bothered by the fact that the country is having a first Black African woman PhD in mathematics education. I thought it's too late, it's embarrassing. And I thought it is my responsibility to make sure that I'm not the last. And to do that, I set up a foundation to support not only women students, but students from who matriculated in rural areas or townships to get higher education. But I also set up the Mamokgethi Phakeng Prize, which is a prize awarded to the best master student in any area of mathematical sciences, whether pure maths, applied maths, or maths education, PhD, and then also the best master's and PhD. At the moment, the prize is awarded at 3 different universities. It started at Wits, it then went to UCT 2018, and in 2019, we launched in the Northwest University. The idea is for this prize to go through all the universities. It's funded by me, and it's really to draw their attention. I thought I can use this to see every year. The prizes are awarded every year. PhD student and a master's student is awarded every year, and it's to see how much of a taking do I get. And I can tell you now, Peter, since the prize was instituted, Vets was the first to start with the prize. Vets is getting its 3rd winner this year, and it's the first PhD. The first 2 were masters, and these are Black African women. UCT has had one winner for a master's, and Northwest had 1 in 2019. But if you think about it, there are years where there's no taker because they don't have a student who's completed. And I think this says something, even if it's just in 3 universities. And next year we launch in another university. I won't say the name now, but the idea is that it will go throughout and it will draw attention to the need. And I'm doing this with money from my pocket because it's important. The other thing is that I set up the Mamokgethi Phakeng Scholarship, to which I contribute 10% of my salary monthly to this award, to this scholarship, to support postgraduate students in any area, but they have to be registered at UCT. But this is an investment that says, I want to see how we are making progress with women, particularly Black women in this country. Are we seeing the growth? And as I said, it's there, but it's too low. And this is not good because it says we haven't reached the levels of gender equality that we should be reaching as a middle-income country. We are regarded as a middle-income country. We are not where we should be, and so we should keep pushing, encouraging young people to get into mathematics, not to listen to any naysayers or anyone detractors who says mathematics is hard, but we should all encourage them to go in so that they can find out for them, because some of them might be talented in it, but they never know until they try. If we tell them before they even try that it's too hard, then there's no point in trying. Why should they try if people they respect tell them that it's hard? And once they're in there, we tell them to dream big. Dream big. The dream of being the leader in your field. Go for postgraduate studies. Being a leader in your field means that you can explore questions that haven't been explored before. You can solve problems that haven't been solved before. And I think we need more women in this space. So it's not enough, definitely.
Vice-Chancellor, it's been great talking to you. Thank you so much. Congratulations once again on this prestigious nomination. We wish you the best, and we wish you well in terms of your continued work, inspiring our young people and getting them to get this quality education that can change our country. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Peter. Have a good evening.
Good night.